Hey guys, it's me again. So it's been quite a while since I've done any kind of curriculum videos. We have been super busy as our family has been the past 8 months or so getting ready and raising support to move to Haiti. So anyways, I wanted to share with you guys what we're doing this year. So I know I've had quite a few comments from you guys in my past videos on, are we still using Heart of Dakota? So as you can see, we are. This is actually going to be my 4th year homeschooling. And I'm going to have a kindergartner and a 3rd grader. So this is my first year using 2 guides. So I'm really excited, but also a little nervous. So I'll keep you guys updated on how it goes using 2 guides. I have a plan, so we'll see how that works. So we are going to do this video just really quickly to show you what we're using for our main components of school this year. And then I figured later this week I can do another video that shows all of our fun extra manipulatives, resources, games, books, all that kind of fun little stuff. Because if I put them together, it would be way too long. So yes, we're doing Heart of Dakota for our main chunk of curriculum. We're going to get a lot of our Bible, history, spelling, a whole bunch of fun little things, science, art, all that kind of stuff from Heart of Dakota. So this is the one I used for my first son, which will now be used for my middle kiddo, my middle son. And so if you're not familiar with Heart of Dakota, why I love it so much is it's a very simple laid out plan with these little boxes. I'm a very visual person, so I love that. And you just follow along with exactly what it says. So today is more reading from the Bible, because in Heart of Dakota, Little Hearts for His Glory. Let me go to the beginning first. Sorry, I skipped a page. It actually starts with the beginning of history and sin and goes all through the Bible, teaching them a lot of the big, important parts of the Bible. And then it goes into just enough of learning about the beginning of Christianity and going into each of the different eras and the Reformation, settling in America, George Washington. But it's just like these little bite-sized chunks, just enough to give their little kindergarten, 1st grade, whatever age you do it, brains, just to kind of help give them an introduction for it before they dive into it more in the later years. So this guide is for ages 5 to 7. My son is going to be 5. He turned 5 in March, so he'll be 5.5 when we start this at the end of August. So anyways, what's great about this is each of the things will tell you exactly what to do. Arts will tell you what you need, or science if it's a science project. We don't do the corresponding music, we do our own music. But the rhymes in motion for this book in particular is so much fun. So we definitely do a lot of those, but not all of them, with our kiddos. Then we got story time. The nice thing about Heart of Dakota is they give you choices. You don't have to do what they suggest for math and phonics. They give you a few different suggestions, or you can do your own. And so that's been really nice. And so fine motor skills, we use the books they suggested, and I love them. They're these from, what is it? Yeah, Rod and Staff Publishers. How fun, old school do they look, right? But my youngest, or my oldest, when he was young, did these, and he loved them. And so they give them different things from cutting, following instructions, gluing, finding things, what's the difference, that kind of a thing. This is just going to be great books for helping their fine motor skills and their thinking skills. So we really enjoy these books. So another thing that goes along with the Heart of Dakota curriculum for kindergarten, well, it's going to be kindergarten for us, so it could be 1st grade even for you guys, is The World God Made, and this is their science book. So we'll learn and read different things in here and then do projects that they share in the book of what to do. And then these are the 2 history books that come with Little Hearts for His Glory. And we really enjoyed these. These are just nice, colorful stories about whatever we're going to be learning this year. And then it gives questions at the end that you can ask them and make sure they're retaining what you're reading to them. And then, especially towards the later half of the year, they start the history stories for children. There's not as many pictures in here, but they do have the questions at the end to help make sure they're retaining what they're learning. And they're short stories, and they're really good. We had a good time with those. So I know my son will love those as well. I have a reason for handwriting for my kindergartner this year. We're going to try it. we tried it with my first son, and it didn't go as well because as he got older, it was a lot of copy work. Because of some stuff that he struggles with SPD and ADHD, we found that handwriting without tears worked better for him. So we use that for him now. But for Kaya, my kindergarten, I believe it's going to go well. So if you guys haven't heard about All About Reading, they also do All About Spelling. This is in my opinion, best reading curriculum out there. It is pricey, so I understand that not everyone can get this, but if you can, I highly recommend it. This will be our 4th year doing it and our final. Kind of sad about that. Well, final with one son. And my friends and teachers recommended it, and so I checked it out, and it's been amazing. This was originally also written for her son that had dyslexia, and I've been still trying to figure out if my oldest has that. So I'm thankful that if he does, it's really nice knowing that we're doing what we should be doing anyways to help him. So what I love about this is it's very open and go. So for instance, they have you, mama or dad, preview kind of what letter sounds they're going to be learning, and just kind of look over it for a minute before you have them come over. And then they tell you to get your review cards out. So the little index cards, they give you these really nice thick index cards that you put in a little index box, or the one you can get from them. Review those, and then you literally it says hold up phonogram card and say this letter says, and then you just say it, and you scratch your forearm with your fingertips as if you're itchy, and it literally tells you exactly what to say, what to do, and then you just get your board out with your little magnetic letters on it, and you build these words. It's so much fun. What I love about it is they have a lot of hands-on activities. So here's the activity book. And those are, by the way, these are the practice sheets. And so we take turns drawing a crown marker, whatever line through each one as we read them at the end, and we go through them really fast, and he actually has really loved doing that. So then they have a ton of different activity sheets that you cut out, you do different stuff with, and it makes it really fun for them to learn all the different sounds that they're learning. And then it has 3 books that it comes with. I have 2 of them out right now because the other one's in our reading cabinet. So starts out super easy with the first book, and then it gets harder and harder. And then we, through a lot of tears and prayer with my first son, figured out Math Lessons for a Living Education is the best one that works for him. Now, I'm not for sure if it's going to work for Kaya, my kindergartner, but, only time will tell. So I did get it for him to start out. And what I love is it just helped break it down so much better for my oldest, where other books just was either too much copy work or too much confusion. This just was so much better for him. And so what I also love is at the end of or beginning of each lesson, they have a story that you read to them, and it's involving these twins. And they go to their grandparents' house. They go on all these different adventures, and it involves their life. And so it's really cool. And my boys actually get involved in these stories. They love them. And they don't have to do anything while I'm reading the stories. And then afterwards, we'll sit down and do the stuff together. So that's going to be Kaya's math, my kindergartner's math. So let's move on to Isaac. Isaac is going into 3rd grade. So what are we doing with him this year? We're going to be finishing up Beyond Little Hearts for His Glory. That's for 6 to 8 years olds. He is 8. He just turned 8. So we're going to be finishing this up around right before Christmas, and then we'll be going to their next guide. So yeah, and so this is laid out just the same. It's just a little bit older for obviously them. Their age. They did do poetry and rhymes there instead of the rhyming and motions. And then they have language arts here. And so, again, you can pick what one of their options or do your own. So we do our own math. This has been working so well. So this is math level 3. This is what he'll be doing this year for 3rd grade math. We're trying to get him caught up. He's a little bit behind just because of all the years that we were trying to figure out what math curriculum worked for him and had a lot of struggles, but we're finally starting to move on up. So this is going to be his math curriculum for the year. And then these are the history books that go along with the end of this guide. And then when we get the bigger guide, I'll get those history books and do a video on that. This is Boys and Girls of Colonial Days. Really short, fun little stories, pictures every so often. We have enjoyed them and can't wait to finish them. This is like a fun little typical textbook you would see in a school, but we really liked it. It will show how to make butter or how life was on a ship, all kinds of neat things. We've really enjoyed this book as well. but I'm a history nut, so that's probably why. This is our last level with All About Reading. He has highly enjoyed this. And guys, especially if you have a kiddo with ADHD or sensory processing disorder, check this out because he has both of those and he loves this this curriculum so much. So these are the 2 readers that they have for level 4, and they design the stories that they read to go along with what they're learning. So there will never be words that they haven't learned how to decipher them and break them down and spell them out when they're reading that story. So here's the activity book with the practice sheets. So there's different stuff we'll do throughout the year, and we always enjoy our activity book so much. It's all perforated, so you tear it out super easy, and just do what it says. I usually get up in the morning and while they're eating breakfast or playing Legos, I'll just cut that out really quick. It literally takes me like 2 minutes. And then here's the lessons. Again, just like I showed you with the last one, it's very just, it goes straight through it. I haven't opened their cards yet and broke them out so I can show you what they look like before I do that. They get a little tracker sheet that goes along and they put stickers on after each lesson is done. I'm trying to see where, if that, and then they also get a certificate at the end. And then let's see. I don't want to waste too much time doing this, but it's hard with one hand. Let's get these off. Okay. So here are the extra tiles. We already have most of the tiles we need by now on level 4. And the ones that we need, they gave us. And then they give you the magnets to put on them. And so this is level 4. And it shows all the different words they're going to be learning. They're all perforated, so I just tear them apart, put them in our index card holder, and call it a day. And that is our reading. And so the last thing I want to show you guys is the science we've been doing. It's very similar to the one Kyle will be doing, but just a little bit more advanced and a little different things he's learning about. And then we have the science activities. And then here is handwriting without tears. We're going to start learning cursive this year. Hopefully, we'll see how it goes. And then also going to be working harder on our spelling. We've struggled with writing and spelling in general the past couple years just because of the stuff that he has to deal with. And so we're hoping that we can get a little caught up on spelling this year. Thankfully, the reading program that we do helps them so much with that just by learning how to sound everything out. So that is our curriculum for the year. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll let you know how it goes as we start here at the end of August.